Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family members of those watching from home from Facebook Live, on behalf of the Pet Commander, Colonel Calderon, and the Pet Commander, Command Sergeant Major McCain, welcome to the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy and the graduation of the 79 Tango Senior Leader Course Class 26-002. I am Sergeant Warden of the Strength Maintenance Training Battalion, Small Group Leader. It is my honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the National Anthem and the invocation. The official party consists of Command Sergeant Major Joshua Fassett, Commandant, 79 Tango NCO Academy. Master Sergeant Joshua Hall, Senior Instructor/Rider. Sergeant First Class Ryan Hazlett, Small Group Leader for 1st Platoon. And Mr. Mark Parker, Small Group Leader for 2nd Platoon. The invocation will be given by Sergeant First Class Maverick of Virginia.
Bow your heads. Almighty God, we commend to your gracious care in keeping all the men and women here today. As we move on to our states and our respective duties, we pray for all those who faithfully serve to keep, protect, and preserve justice, hope, and love. Encircle us with your protection and post angels to watch over your sons and daughters as we face danger. Defend us day by day with your heavenly grace. Strengthen us in our trials and temptations, and give us the courage and great wisdom to face the perils which beset us. Help us to work as a team and care for one another. Lord, lead us in our prayers and answer us clearly, that we may be channels of your peace, ambassadors of justice, and bringers of hope. Guard our hearts with your love, our minds with your truth, and our bodies with your power. Grant us a sense of your abiding presence wherever we may be. May your Spirit be near to defend us, within to refresh us, around to preserve us, before to guide us, and above to bless us. We ask all of this in your wonderful name. Amen.
Please be seated. Today we are gathered to celebrate the graduation of the 79 Tango Senior Leader Course Class 26-002. For the past 3 weeks, these NCOs have actively applied essential leadership skills including counseling, mentoring, and Army riding, critical thinking, and problem solving. This intense training has equipped them with the critical foundational knowledge necessary for effective leadership as senior enlisted soldiers in the Army National Guard. The guest speaker for today's ceremony is Master Sergeant Hall. Master Sergeant Hall enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in July 2003. From 2003 through 2007, and deployed twice in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. In July 2008, Master Hall enlisted in the California Army National Guard. In 2010, he deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. In 2012, he transferred to the Wisconsin Army National Guard. In 2015, Master Hall transitioned to the Wisconsin Army National Guard Recruiting and Retention Battalion, where he quickly distinguished himself as one of the organization's top recruiters. He was selected by the Army National Guard Bureau to spearhead the development of the Marine to Guard program, creating a nationwide pathway for transitioning Marines to continue their service in the Army National Guard. In 2022, Master Sergeant Hall was selected for a Title X assignment at the Strength Maintenance Training Battalion, where he served as a course manager, instructor/rider, and small group leader for the NCOA. His dedication has earned him recognition as a trusted subject matter expert and leader within the recruiting and retention community. In 2024, Master Sergeant Hall was selected to serve as a team chief and charged with leading a team of 30 instructors. Master Sergeant Hall is now transitioning into reviving the Army National Guard doctrine cell and will write and rewrite and publish doctrine and regulatory guidance for the strength maintenance enterprise. Master Sergeant Hall possesses a true passion for training and developing soldiers and pursuing a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership from the University of Charleston. Master Sergeant Hall is a proud husband to his amazing wife, Layla, and they have two beautiful daughters, Jordan and Juliana. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Sergeant Hall.
Morning. All right, first off, I just want to say thank you for the NCOA for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you guys on your journey out. Leaders, today's matter. Today matters, okay? Not because of the diploma you're about to receive but more of what this moment represents. You didn't just complete another PME, which I'll give you all credit for still attending, even though STEP is suspended right now. You crossed a professional threshold. Today I'm going to cover three things: leadership, stewardship, and legacy. But this doesn't come from a textbook, but from my lived experiences over some of the things you just heard about in my bio. First is from doing the mission to owning the mission. Early in my career, like many of you, I measured success by output: numbers, metrics, results. If the mission was met, I felt accomplished. If it wasn't, I took it personally and worked harder. But somewhere along the way, the job changed. I realized that no matter how good I was, the organization would only move as far as the people I was responsible for. And that realization was uncomfortable because it meant I had to stop being the best doer in the room and start being the best leader in the room. That's the shift you're making today. As Senior 79 Tangos, your value is no longer in how many contracts you can write, but in how many R&R NCOs you can develop, retain, and empower to succeed ethically, morally, and sustainably. Notice I said R&R NCOs, not recruiters. Secondly, stewardship of the force is not a slogan. Sergeant Ward briefly kind of talked about it with Sergeant Major before with his awesome textbook answer. But let me be clear, recruiting is not just a mission, it is a trust. Every applicant you influence, every waiver you recommend, every standard you enforce or quietly bend has consequences that trickle far beyond your station or your state. I've seen firsthand what happens when leaders prioritize short-term numbers over long-term force quality. I've also seen what happens when senior leaders take the harder road, holding the line on standards, protecting their soldiers, and telling commanders the truth, even when it's unpopular. At 79 Tangos, you are gatekeepers of this profession. Your decisions shape not just the sessions, but unit readiness, leader credibility, and public trust in the Army National Guard, and the military. That is stewardship, Sergeants, and it demands moral courage. Leadership when no one is watching. One of the hardest leadership lessons I learned was this: your soldiers are always watching, even when you think they aren't. They watch how you talk about higher headquarters. They watch how you handle stress, and they watch whether you protect them or sacrifice them for convenience. Some of the most important leadership moments never show up on an evaluation. They happen in quiet conversations, late night phone calls, and sometimes hard counseling sessions. The R&R NCOs you lead will remember these three things: whether you develop them or burn them out, whether you mentor them or micromanage them. Now, don't confuse leadership with micromanagement, Sergeants. Whether you cared about them as people or just producers. And long after the mission cycle's ends, that is what your name will be associated with. Which brings me to my last point: legacy. What will they say about you? One day, whether you're retiring, changing roles, or simply moving on, someone will take your place. And when that happens, your legacy won't be written in a spreadsheet. It will be written in the culture you leave behind. Will your R&R NCOs say, they made me better, they held us to a standard, They cared about my career and my family, or they taught me how to lead? Or will they say, we survived that assignment and that NCO? Leaders, you now have the rank, the experience, and the authority to decide which of those stories gets told. Duplicate yourselves, just like the Green Bay Packers have duplicated quarterbacks for the past 38 years. You're going to see that Saturday night too versus the Bears. Today, you graduate as senior leaders in one of the most demanding missions in the Army. You will operate in ambiguity. You will face pressure, and you will be asked to do more with less. But you also have the opportunity to shape the future of the force. One soldier, one R&R NCO, one applicant, and one ethical decision at a time. Lead with integrity, protect your people, and honor their profession. And never forget, who you are as a leader will always matter more than what numbers you produce and what that dashboard says. Congratulations, you've earned this moment and the responsibility that comes with it. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Now get home to your family safe and start making that change. Thank you.
Master Hall, thank you for your time to share your wisdom and those inspiring words. Small group leader, Sergeant First Class Hazlett, will address First Platoon for the last time. Please hold all your applause until all students have received their diplomas.
Good morning, First Platoon. Before I say anything to you guys, I want to at first say thank you to Sergeant Warden and Sergeant Bruno, because without them we would not have been anywhere near as successful as we were. And now on to you guys. Of all the First Platoons that I've taught since I've been at the NCOA, you guys are the best. It may also be the only one I've ever taught that's been First Platoon. But we started 3 weeks ago. Some of you guys were scared. Some of you guys were intimidated. And some of you thought this was senior recruiter course. Was it senior recruiter course? No, it was not. What we armed you with are tools to make you more professional, more capable as senior non-commissioned officers, not only in a recruiting and retention battalion, in the Army National Guard. So go forth with the knowledge that you've earned here, that you've earned on your own, with your peers and yourself, and make the Army a better place. Make the recruiting battalions a better place. Sergeant Hall had a lot of great points in his speech. Take what we've taught you, take what he's said, and apply it back home. Good job, First Platoon. Prep! You graduate.
Staff Sergeant on. Staff Sergeant Aponte. Sergeant First Class Bulifant. Sergeant First Class Chalmers. Staff Sergeant Cooper. Staff Sergeant Diego. Sergeant First Class Ift. Sergeant First Class Johnson. Sergeant First Class Kocher. Sergeant First Class Kroll. Sergeant First Class Lundquist. Staff Sergeant Mann. Congratulations, First Platoon. Small group leader, Mr. Mark Parker, will address Second Platoon for the last time.
I'd like to start off by thanking Sergeant Martinez for your mentorship, your professionalism, and I truly see why you are the Instructor of the Year. Thank you. I also want to thank Sergeant Bruno, Sergeant Warden, as well as Sergeant Hazlett for your peer mentorship as well, allowing me to see what excellence also looks like from the other perspective. Thank you so much. Sergeant Major Fasseth, thank you for blessing me with the opportunity to be part of the academy as well. Thank you. Second platoon rather. We recited the NCO Creed every single day. And things that I want to point out is some things that we probably lose sight of as we say those words because it's repetition. We say them because we memorize them. But it says, no one's more professional than I. I'm a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. That's 24/7. As you get into the senior leader role, everybody's watching. So be mindful of that. It is a 24/7 role. Always do your best to go ahead and be mindful. The other piece is competence. Competence is my watchword. Competence never stops. You're always learning in this profession. As a 7-9 Tango, learning never stops. So continue to learn and grow. Always be mindful of your competency. It says your two basic responsibilities will always be uppermost in my mind. We already know about the mission, but it's the welfare of your soldiers. We're honored with the ability to take care of soldiers. Never lose sight of that, because soldiers, they're going to take care of that mission for you as you go into this profession. It says, always strive to remain technically and tactically proficient. You learned about 3 domains while you were here. Institutional, your operational, as well as your self-development. Continue to develop while you're inside your 7-9 Tango profession, because you're never going to go wrong as you move forward in your careers. All soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership. I'll provide that leadership. I challenged you with day one, what are the characteristics of a good leader? What are the elements of a bad leader? And we continue to add to our boards. Be mindful of everything that was in green while we were in that course. All the qualities of a good leader, and go forth with your leadership qualities. I will know my soldiers, and I will place their needs above my own. It's not about you anymore. It's about the soldiers under your care. I will communicate consistently with my soldiers and never leave them uninformed. Think about when you were a young soldier. You always wanted to know what's in the know. Continue to communicate with your soldiers, because that's what they want. I'll be fair and impartial when recommending both rewards and punishment. We're quick to punish. Remember, there's always the reward piece that we always lose track of. Officers in my unit will have maximum time to accomplish their duties. They won't have to accomplish mine. Don't let the officers take control of the 7-9 Tango world. This is yours. You're the future. Don't let them take it from you. They try to run with it for the sake that we're incompetent and we allow them to take control of it. Don't let them. Last but not least, I will not compromise my integrity nor my moral courage. You're going to have a lot of tough decisions to make as you embark into the 7-9 Tango senior leader world. Don't take the early out, or don't take the early gray. Be mindful of that. You have soldiers under your care, to include their families that are underneath your care as well. Last but not least, I will not forget, nor allow my comrades to forget, we're professionals, not commissioned officers. We're leaders. What's that mean to you? Because I look at it like this: we're blessed to be able to put those chevrons and rockers on, and the more we add to that, we're blessed to lead soldiers, and the more soldiers we lead, it's an honor. Think about that as you embark in this journey. The more soldiers we're able to lead, that's a blessing. Lethality. Prepare to graduate.
Sergeant First Class Maverick. Sergeant First Class Messerol. Sergeant First Class Parker. Sergeant First Class Plevel. Staff Sergeant Shields. Sergeant First Class Soriano. Sergeant First Class Starnes. Staff Sergeant Thomas. Sergeant First Class Vasquez. Sergeant First Class Ward. Sergeant First Class Willingham. Congratulations, Second Platoon. The first award presented this afternoon is the Iron Soldier Award. This award is given to the student with the highest score on the AFT. The receipt of the Iron Soldier Award for 79 Tango SLC Class 26-002 is Sergeant First Class Kroll of Alaska with a total score of 492. The second award presented is the Minuteman Award. The Minuteman Award is awarded to a student for outstanding leadership and upholding the highest standards of professional and personal conduct. The significance of this award is that it is voted on by their peers. The receipt of the Minuteman Award for First Platoon is Sergeant First Class Kroll of Alaska. The receipt of the Minuteman Award for Second Platoon is Sergeant First Class Parker of South Carolina. The last award is the Distinguished Honor Graduate Award. The Distinguished Honor Graduate is awarded to the soldier with the highest grade point average in the class. The Distinguished Honor Graduate of 79 Tango SLC Class 26-002 is Staff Sergeant Shields of Indiana. In addition, Staff Sergeant Shields is awarded the Benjamin Harrison Medal of Excellence in Leadership, Academics, and Physical Fitness by the Executive Council of the Adjutant General's Corps Regimental Association. He will now be presented with the award and certificate. Please join me in a round of applause for their accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the benediction and the exit of the official party. The benediction will be given by Sergeant First Class Ift of Ohio.
As you go forth from this place, may you carry the wisdom to lead with courage and the humility to serve with compassion. May integrity be your guide in all that you do, and may you inspire those to lead to find the same within themselves. May you be strengthened by the knowledge you have gained here. In times of challenge, may you find resilience to endure. In moments of decision, may you have the clarity to seek what is right and just. And in every step of your journey, may you remember the profound responsibility you hold. May your leadership be a source of strength, unity, and inspiration. May you foster peace, build community, and leave a legacy of honor. As you embark on this next chapter, go with the full confidence and support of all of us who have gathered to celebrate today. May you be a beacon of hope and a testament to the enduring values of service and dedication. We send you forward with our deepest respect and our sincerest hopes for a future filled with purpose and success.
Staff Sergeant Shields, post.
Creed of the non-commissioned officer.
Class 26-002.
You are?